Do you believe in life after love, after love, after love? What up, guys? It's Colton. Good morning. This is the Mile 17 podcast, and you're back for another segment of Coffee with Colt. I've got my coffee here this morning, my favorite coffee cup. If you're watching on video, it is a Starbucks cup with, I believe they're mermaid tails. I always thought it was a whale, but I think that's a mermaid tail. And it's glass, it's see-through, it's my favorite, it's the perfect size. I love it. Whenever I use this coffee cup, I know I'm gonna have a good morning. So cheers to you. Whatever you're drinking today, this one's for you. All right. If you're here with me, if you're listening to this morning, you know what that means? You've made it to 2024. It's January 1st, baby. We're here. We made it. If you're here right now, that is something to be freaking proud of because this life ain't easy and each and every day can be a challenge and be difficult to get through. So if you're here today, I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. And let's start the new year on that foot. Just being proud that we're here and that we're moving forward and that each and every day we are taking the steps to make change in our life and to live our most authentic, best life. As always, our mascot, our main guest, whatever you want to call her, Kona, is being crazy in the background, doing her thing. Whenever I get Ellie, my other dog, back in about a month, a little over a month, I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to go. Hopefully, they'll behave themselves enough for us to do this podcast every week. So, anyways, what I wanted to get to today is let's just talk about belief. Hence the singing of Cher at the beginning of this podcast, which I know I should probably leave that to Cher, but gosh, I love her. I love the music. On that note, did anybody hear her new Christmas song? DJ, play a Christmas song. Nah, nah. And yeah, amazing. Oh my God, I love her. And she's like 70 something, and the girl can still get after it. And man, I applaud her for that. Anyways, let's talk about belief. If if you're here listening to this, like you obviously have, some kind of interest in personal development or bettering yourself or having some motivation or inspiration. And so I really wanted to dive into this idea of belief. And trust me, whenever I talk about these topics, I am not an expert. I am not giving you life advice. I am just giving you my perspective. And a lot of these things that I talk about, I'm going through in real time. So, um, when I'm talking about belief, like I struggle with this every day. Like this has been something that I have struggled with a lot of my life is believing in myself and trusting my inner knowing and knowing what is the best for me in my life personally and not what's best because society says so or what I think my friends want for me or what I think my parents want or what I think my coworkers want for me or what they're going to think of me or what my social media following thinks. All these things are just all these things are just noise. What I'm trying to say is you have to have that self-belief, and I'm realizing this each and every day. Like I said, it's a daily practice. Some days are better than others, and some days I'm like, yeah, I got this. I believe in myself. Like I'm a badass. I can do this. I'm going to keep, making changes and bettering myself and learning every day. And then there's some days where I'm like, man, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm way in over my head. Like this is a life meant for somebody else. Like I can't do this. And it's those you have to like it's a daily practice to remind yourself and to be like we're all worthy and we're all capable of achieving our dreams and making those small changes each and every day that will get us and boost us towards the life that we truthfully want. And what I'm trying to say with belief is, it starts with you. You don't need the whole world to believe in you. You don't need your mom and dad to believe in you, honestly. And I know that it's a hard pill to swallow, but all you need is yourself to believe in the trajectory and the path that you're going down. And if you truthfully believe in yourself and you truthfully can get to a point in your life where all the noise, no matter what you're hearing, no matter what people are saying, that this is right for you, then that's all that matters. No, you're the only person that's inside of your soul. You're the only person that's inside of your head that truthfully, honestly knows what you want and what you need. And I'm telling you, I am preaching this to myself because it is so difficult to get into that headspace and to get to a point where you're like, yeah, I do believe in myself. I can do these difficult things. I can do hard things. Shout out Glennon Doyle. We can do hard things. I feel like every episode I'm just gonna be shouting out my favorite people because I think it's important. A lot of a lot of my philosophy on life and way of thinking has been shaped by these people who I truthfully admire and look up to. And Glennon Doyle, one of those. If you don't know her work, please check her out. Her podcast, We Can Do Hard Things, her book, Untamed. A lot of, honestly, Untamed is where I started. I've always been kind of into like the personal development and bettering ourselves and whatnot. But when I read that book, like it really changed my life. And I think I need to go back and read it again because it's been quite a few years. And before I had come out open as gay, I I read that book, and that honestly is where I kind of started to allow myself and believe in myself that I can live true and authentic to who I am. For a long time in my life, I think I was in denial, and this will be a whole other episode. I'll talk about kind of my journey to coming out and being open and honest with myself and allowing myself to live truthfully as I am, and that's still a daily practice. I still find myself pedaling backwards and going back to like maybe an old way of thinking, but I'm much better than I used to be, and more consistently I'm able to get myself back on track versus how I used to be. So anyways, Untamed by Glennon Doyle, read the book, it'll change your life. I have a copy somewhere, and I think I should dive into it again and give it a read. Okay, so January 1st, it's a fresh slate, clean slate. We're here, baby. It's 2024. You call your shot for this year. Don't get this New Year's resolution and go after it for a month and then fall off because you're not seeing results instantaneously. And I think that's a lot. What's wrong with people is we are so used to having things so rapidly, so quickly. We want to see instant results. We don't want to have that delayed gratification. Like we want the results now. So if your goal is to lose 15 pounds and you're not doing it in a month, people quit. They stop. If your goal is to build some muscle and be able to power clean 200 pounds and after 3 weeks you're only able to do 150, like people don't take into consideration like the little small gains that they're taking. And something that I'm learning and that I feel like is becoming a part of my life that a daily thought is the little steps matter. Like it's all the journey. When you think of professional athletes or you think of celebrities or whatever it is, like when they all talk about the journey and how that was like the best part of their life. Like when they won the Super Bowl or when they won the World Series or they won that college championship. It's not the feeling that they thought it would be. It was all the journey that you're showing up every day for yourself and you're showing and proving to yourself and to everybody around you that you can do this and you're consistent and you're going to stick with these goals and these aspirations because you want to better your life. And if you have kids or you have people that look up to you, that is like the biggest gift that you can give them is to just prove to them that you're showing up and you're not giving up despite life knocking you down every single day, because it happens to all of us every day. We get knocked down and we have to get up again. We get knocked down, we have to get up again. You may take 2 steps forward one day, get knocked back 5 the next day. And it's all about how you can react and how you can respond and how you can get up the next day and keep going. And this is it ebbs and it flows. There's highs and there's lows. And I have been at the lowest of lows in my life, to this point. I remember like it's just so hard to get out of that. You get to a point to where you're like, how does this get better? How do I go up from here? And what I'm telling you is it's the little things every day and the consistency that will slowly start to get you out of a hole that you're in. So don't start 2024 at the bottom. You know, set the bar for yourself and show up every day. And if you have a bad day and you fall off, it's okay. Start the next morning and keep going, like keep going and don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. If you have these big dreams and these big goals and these things that you want to accomplish, if you're trying to get back into college and you really want that degree and you have a goal and you know that when you have that degree, you get a certain job that you're looking at in the future, you're going to be afraid. There are things that are going to cause you to feel fear and it's going to be very scary, but you do it anyway. And when you prove to yourself that you can do these things even when you're scared, that's, oh, it's an amazing feeling. I can kind of allude to this in travel nursing is what I'm going to kind of talk about, because gosh, was I scared to leave my job, my safe job that I had as an emergency room nurse in Arizona, to then take this leap. And you start having all these thoughts of like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the skills to jump into a job with 2 days of training and hit the floor running, especially in an emergency room in a busy trauma center. And, it was Rhode Island to start off with. And when you just do it, and all of a sudden you've been there for a few weeks and you're like, whoa, wow, I did this. I can even go back to nursing school. I remember being in nursing school and I was like, I can't do this shit. Like, I'm not smart enough for this. I don't have the skills to do this. I can't do this. And you just prove to yourself, like, you just, at some point, you're like, well, I'm here. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to prove to myself that I can. And yeah, those little things. I can go back into this with coming out as gay, and same thing. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't have everybody look at me this way. I can't even imagine what my parents are going to think, what my friends are going to think. Like, they're all going to think I'm this fake person that they didn't really actually know their whole life. That was my biggest fear. And look at me now. I am living in an apartment with my fiance, who is a man, and out and open with my life. And like I said, there's still struggles, there's still challenges, but better than I was yesterday. That's for damn sure. So that is my message to you for this January 1st, 2024 is believe in yourself, bet on yourself, and call your shot. Because guess what? Nobody else is going to. Nobody else really fucking cares what you're going to do with your life except for you. All right? And no one's going to look out for you. Yes, you have people that love you. You have your parents, your friends, your family, whoever it is, your coworkers. They may love you, but at the end of the day, like, they've got to look out for themselves. Like, they're living their own life. And if you don't call your shot and make your dreams a reality, you're going to be stuck in this hamster wheel doing the same thing over and over again that you hate, and this showing up in this life that you don't really love. And that's not life, man. Like, that's not what this is all about. If your dream is to be a parent and to stay home with your kids, amazing. Be the best stay-at-home dad, best stay-at-home mom that you can possibly be. But don't sit around bitching and complaining that this life is not what you want, because you're not making the conscious effort and the conscious decisions to go towards that life that you want. And yes, again, I am talking to myself, because I am in a major conflict every single day with what I want to do with my life. I swear, every day. This is the struggle for me. So I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. I promise. Do you hear that airplane? I wonder if that's Kai. I dropped him off at the airport this morning. I wonder if he's flying over me now. Hi, Kai, from the air. Okay, okay, okay. I've gone on enough. Believe in yourself. Please just believe in yourself. And if that sounds impossible, start small. Start so small, and do what I've been telling you. Write this shit out. Write your goals. Write your goals. Write your goals. Write your vision. Make a vision board. Be cliche. Do whatever you have to start believing in yourself, and look back on the last year. Write out the things that you've accomplished. It'll trigger something inside of your head, inside of your brain, that you physically see something, and your brain will go, wow, I have accomplished that. Like, I am worthy. I'm not a complete fool. I'm not a fuck up. Like, you're not. Those things are all things that we lie to ourselves. We tell ourselves these things and we lie. And even if you had a tough year and you've made some terrible decisions, it's okay. You know what? That's the greatest, most amazing, successful people all have history, all have done things that they're not proud of. And that's what makes you who you are. And that's what makes your message so powerful and so strong. So please believe in yourself. And if nobody else does, even if you don't, just know I believe in you. I really, truly do. And I think that once you take control of your life and you start to see the ripple effect and the snowball effect, all you need is that little bit of momentum, and you're going to boost yourself forward. All right. I'm actually done this time. I know I went on a tangent, but I'm very passionate about this, and I love a new year. I love January because it's also my birthday month and it's the best month ever. But please, all I ask is don't spend 30 days doing all these things to change your life and making progress and throwing it all away because the newness wears off. We're all going to be motivated. Most of us are going to be motivated for the first few weeks of this year. Don't fall off. Don't be just a number that falls off your goals. Like keep with it. Keep with it. And if you need some accountability, reach out to me. I'll help you out. I'll give you some accountability. I'll keep you going as well. So cheers. Have a sip of your coffee. Have some of your orange juice. I don't know what you people drink, but whatever it is this morning, have a sip and enjoy your new year. I hope that you're with some family, with some friends, and that you're not starting the year hungover, feeling gross. But if you are, that's okay. Start tomorrow or get up, go for a walk, and just clear your head. Promise, guys. I promise. It's going to be a great year. Also, write some stuff out. Look, if you're on video, it's my paper, it's my gratitude journal. Write it out. Love y'all. Thank you so much for coming by. Follow me at Colton Lord 17 on Instagram and TikTok. Find this on YouTube at Colton Lord. And follow, like, subscribe, rate the show on Spotify, Apple Podcast. I'd love you for it. And yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a fun year. Come along for the ride on the Mile 17 podcast. It's going to be an awesome year. And I'm so excited to see what's in store for this. So catch y'all later. See ya. Oh, do you believe in love after love after love after love? I really don't think I'm strong enough, no.